Are you having a hard time finishing your gym workouts? Maybe you're lacking some of that top end speed. Maybe your late race endurance is a little bit off what you're accustomed to. Let me show you a couple reports here in Garmin that'll fix it immediately. Hi, I'm Coach Rob, and at the time of this recording, I've been a physiologist for 40 years. And there's nothing worse than when you go to the gym, your head's screwed on straight, you're there to get some work done, and you just find that your energy levels are just not up to par to be able to finish the workout strong. Maybe you're doing some interval work and you just lack that extra gear to get to the top end speed. Or, like I said in the opening, maybe you get towards the end of a long workout and you just can't finish the duration that you set out to complete. Well, this is what I love about the Garmin dashboard. The Garmin dashboard, since the day you've been wearing the watch, has been building a profile about yourself. And this is the type of information that I believe makes Garmin the best platform out there. I don't get paid by Garmin. I buy all my Garmin watches, my scales, my heart rate monitors. But what I do love about Garmin is how user-friendly the reports are. If you're watching this video, you want to be stronger, leaner, faster. You want to be able to go fast for a longer period of time, and that's awesome. Utilizing the reports that Garmin makes available to you, you can help to bridge the questions that I always get asked. And that is, Rob, why am I getting tired? Why am I not completing a workout? Let me ask this question to you. What is your calorie burn rate? And what is your sweat rate? At the end of this video, I'm going to put a link to a video that I talked about in regards to how do we use the Garmin to make sure that you're leveraging stored body fat for fuel. If you follow the formula, you'll drop a pound of body fat every week, guaranteed. When you're watching this video telling me that you want to be a little bit stronger, you want to be a little bit faster, you want to have better endurance, if you start to run out of gas, that could be one of your biggest issues. Now, when we're looking at calorie in versus calorie out, this is why I enjoy the Garmin, because it interacts with MyFitnessPal. If you're willing to fill out MyFitnessPal, it tells you the total calories that you're consuming. You go to the Garmin report and it shows you what the total calories that you've burnt per hour at the end of the day, or you can look back at the last week or the last 4 weeks and you can see how many calories are you burning when you do a specific exercise. This amount of information allows you to prepare for tomorrow. If you know that tomorrow's workout is going to duplicate a week ago to that day, let's say Thursday to Thursday, your Thursdays are always the same, you can look back to last week, look at your calorie expenditure versus your intake. You may have just found the reason why you're falling off the speed mark a little bit, losing that strength in the gym. Another area that we see a big gaping opportunity is understanding what your sweat rate is. Now, Garmin does a great job. When you start an activity, if you go down into the Garmin dashboard, I use the connect.garmin.com. When you look at the activity, if you go below all the graphs, you'll get the 4 columns of what they refer to as stats, literally. When you go down and you look at those 4 columns, you have every tidbit of information that you need minus 3 small little numbers. If you click in the description box below, I have one of my calculators there is the sweat rate calculator. When you start the activity, Garmin's going to give you duration. It's going to give you total calories burnt. It's going to give you your average, and it's going to give you your max heart rate. Depending on your activity, sometimes it even gives you your temperature down there in the stats as well. Use the calculator that's in the description box. Now you put in your pre-workout weight, dry. You put in your post-workout weight, dry. You document how many ounces of fluid did you take in during the workout. Those are only 3 numbers that you need to plug in. Before, after, and how many ounces of fluid you took in. Your ideal sweat rate is going to be between 1 and 2%. Now stop and think about that. That's a pretty tight window. But what's crazy about it is if you don't lose at least 1%, you've overhydrated. If you lose more than 2%, you're officially dehydrated. And this is where it comes back to the beginning of our conversation today. If you're dehydrated, you will lose speed and endurance and raw power. If you chronically are undernourished, you're going to lack in the strength, the speed, and the endurance category. Is that a fitness issue? No. It's a food and a hydration issue. That's why I'm so thankful that you're giving me time today, because if you watch the two videos at the end of the two videos that are linked at the end of this video that you're watching right now, we're talking about how to leverage the Garmin to make sure that you're getting what you want accomplished. Maybe you want to be a little bit leaner, you want to be a little stronger, be a little bit faster. Who would have thought that by wearing the Garmin, you're able to come up with your own customized nutrition and hydration program if you know what you're looking for. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. And the notifications are important because every day here on YouTube, we're answering your questions. And if you happen to have a question, please send it to me. contact@coachrob.com. I hope you'll take the time to watch these next two videos specific to Garmin. As we mentioned earlier, one is about how do you make sure that you can burn a pound of body fat per week? And the other one is how do we use the Garmin to make sure that you don't get injured? Thanks again for watching.